Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BA'Hashem YAHWASHI, BA'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And shalom to my AHPARYAM, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Today's starting off Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 4. For they will turn away thy son from following me, that they may serve other gods, so will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you and destroy thee suddenly. Okay. One thing we need to remember and understand is that when if we are going around serving other gods, the only thing that's waiting for us is destruction. Because number one, we are God. All right, the only God that we should be following is Yahweh BaHashem YAHWASHI, the one true living God. All right, and we're gonna get into that with, and honestly, that's the thing. Like for me personally, I don't need to. Thankfully, I don't really need to be aware of like all these quote unquote holidays. Okay, which it's really just derived from holy days. All right, you got these quote unquote holidays that Babylon set: Thanksgiving, fucking Christmas, what's the other one, Halloween and whatnot. Okay, and to be honest, for me, I didn't even realize it was Thanksgiving until the day of, when I actually saw people start talking about it and say, "Oh, happy Thanksgiving" and stuff like that. So I literally didn't even realize that. But that's the thing. That's another thing. We're some of us, all right, are able to actually enjoy not having to worry about or hear about people talking about it because we either have a family that is all in the truth, or we're just not around wicked people most of the time. But of course, sometimes you do have brothers and sisters that are in families that still do celebrate all these wicked, non-real holy days or holidays. All right, and that's fine too. There's nothing wrong about that. It's just that the Lord put you in a bit of a more difficult lot, and just be patient, pray that the Lord helps get you through it. All right, so with that, we also have the fact that not celebrating these holiday, quote unquote holidays. All right, we should not be doing it. There's a lot of history that goes behind it. So with the upcoming Christmas upcoming, okay, next month, and what else? Thanksgiving, Independence Day, and all this stuff like that. Like we should not be celebrating that. Number one, first and foremost, well, all of them. There's no really first and foremost. It's just they're all bad. Thanksgiving, personally, or not personally, but first of all, okay, is extremely bad because you are basically celebrating the killing of you, right? The so-called Native Americans are Israelites, and you're celebrating that. Like, why would you be celebrating that? Okay, and another brother had made mention that Thanksgiving is really just that they're thinking that Esau is thankful that he rules the world. Esau is thankful he got to steal. He stole all that he stole. He's in possession of all that he has right now. And the thing is, we shouldn't be thankful only on one day out of an entire year. We should be thankful every day. Be thankful that you both of your hands work. Be thankful that your eyes work. Be thankful that your legs work. Be thankful you're not on your deathbed sick and suffering constantly. All right, you should be thankful every day that you are in this truth. You know who Yahweh, what YAHAWASHI are. You have the names. You have everything. This is the reality of it. Like, you can't be saying, "Oh, on Thanksgiving, that's when I'm gonna thank. No, that's slocky. That's I got worked up. I got worked up a bit, but like it's just so dumb. You have to take one day to be thankful. Like the concept of that quote unquote holiday is just so dumb. All right, be thankful all the time. Anyway, moving on. What else? There was oh yeah, Independence Day. Let's get this right quick. Okay, so I saw this post done by this brother. Okay, July 4th, 1776. This why again? It's like remind me again why I should celebrate independence, quote unquote Independence Day. All right, when in 1776 we were still slaves. We weren't independent. So how were we? Why would we celebrate that? All right. Actually, let's read some scriptures that he has. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee upon thine own head. Verse 16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been. All right. So the same way that we had to drink the cup of the wrath of the Lord. Okay, let me get that as a matter of fact. The heathens are going to have to do it too. Deuteronomy chapter 30 verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and upon them that hate thee, which persecute thee. Okay, the same way that the curses was on us, he's going to take it and put it on our enemies. It's going to be their turn. Okay, let me also get this. First Peter chapter 4 verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahawah, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahawah? So, as we're going through our hardships, we're going through our punishments now, all right. But what's going to happen to our enemies? I mean, how much worse is it going to be for our enemies, the one that the Lord does not love? All right. When the Lord loves us, he's chastising us. But what's it going to be when he gets worse? All right. Now, so we talked about Independence Day, Thanksgiving. All right. Now, finally, Christmas. Jeremiah chapter 10 from the top. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord Yahawah. Learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work with the axe. They deck it with silver and with gold, and they fasten it with nails and with hammer, that it move not. They are upright as a palm tree, but speak not. They must needs be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Okay, so it's basically, actually it's a very good description of, a Christmas tree. Okay, so they take a tree, cut it down, fasten it on the ground, they nail it on the ground. Okay, they deck it, they put ornaments on it. All right. And it stands up straight, okay, and this is the practice of Christmas that's literally in the scriptures. But Christians say, oh, Christmas is about baby Jesus, when in actuality, no, it's not. The scriptures speak against it. It's literally saying that it is a heathen custom. All right. Is a heathen custom. All right. So as a result, Christmas is not about YAHAWASHI. All right. So no, we're not supposed to be celebrating it. And also, if you go Krampus or some shit. I don't know. Krampus. Yeah, this is the thing that's actually that Christmas is actually about. Originating as a German Christmas tradition during the 12th century, beginning is blah blah blah. Okay, so basically, yeah, this is kind of like a bit of. I think this is a part of the the origin of Christmas. Okay, but yeah, there's definitely more. You can do more research on it by yourself, but of course, as it's not yet December, I think it's easy for me to let you know that there's no need. I mean, it's like there's not no need. It's avoid celebrating Christmas and whatnot. Now, I will say, if you do have money, okay, you can go take advantage of that. But, all right, but I'm not saying, go wrap it up in a gift and put it under a Christmas tree. That's where you're going off. Definitely take advantage of any and all Christmas deals and sales and whatever, to get whatever you want at a discount. But don't go and that's the thing, Slakia. Like you can't think that just because they say, oh, it's a Christmas deal, Christmas sale, whatever, that you just say, okay, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna stay away from that just because. No, don't be over righteous. All right. We and especially when we are in captivity and we are in poverty. All right. Israel is not rich right now. Okay. I mean, if you want to, you can, I guess, but just use wisdom to just, take advantage of certain, things that we have to go through. All right. Anyway, moving on. Bear with me, Slakia. Slow moving thing. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 19. And it shall be, if thou do thy power and walk after other gods and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. Okay, so now this is the thing that we need to understand. Okay, it is our custom to be worshiping YAHAWASHI, and he has his own holy days, so to speak. Okay, or not necessarily Slakia. He has his own holidays, so to speak, which are the holy days, and we do our best to to keep them, even though we are in this captivity. And sometimes times might not be the most beneficial or the best for us. All right, but at the his holy days to the best of our abilities. Okay, so there are the holy days that we need to keep, we need to do. Okay, and as a result, all right, we aren't supposed to be keeping the Babylonian holy or holidays. Okay, Slakia about the holy stuff. Okay, I'm getting mixed up, but basically, we have to understand, like, is YAHAWASHI your God? Are you going to take priority and genuinely be like, okay, you know what? Let me refrain from this and follow the customs, follow the customs of YAHAWASHI over the customs of these demons. All right, and in all honesty, it's in a sense, it is a bit of you worshiping other gods when you go and celebrate these things. Okay, one thing I heard, I won't be able to find it, but I believe it was some Satanists or some shit like that. I don't know exactly what it is, who they were. I forgot who they were, but they were basically saying, I'm glad that parents let their kids celebrate Halloween because let me just see if I can find it. I'm glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. Welcome to Halloween. Okay, and then over here you have. Okay, so yeah, basically they're saying, I'm glad that Christian parents let their children worship the devil at least one night out of the year. Founder of the Church of Satan. This is the thing. Why are they so? Again, like, it is at the end of the day worshiping of another god to be celebrating these quote unquote holidays that are not about YAHAWASHI. Okay, because the Lord did not tell us to go out one night of the year dressed up as monsters and ask for candy. He didn't tell us, oh, let's be grateful for that you killed a bunch of Israelites. He didn't tell us, what's the other one? To cut a tree down and put it in your house and put presents under it and stuff like that. Like, all that stuff the Lord did not. And we literally went over most of them. I don't think I really need to go over. Well, I guess I already did just now. Halloween. Okay. We just went through over Halloween. Okay. So we went through Christmas, Halloween, what's the other one? Independence Day, and Thanksgiving. Okay. That's the thing. Like, the reality of most of this stuff is that it has these dark origins. Okay. Like if you go the dark origins of this, that, and the third, or whatever. Okay. Like, there's no good origin. For the most part, there's no good origins for any of this stuff that these Babylonians do. Slovakia. Even with those Disney movies and whatnot. Who was it? Okay, that was not that was actually a lie. They like, the crazy thing is, even with the historical fact of Esau being a straight up demon, okay, they made the so-called Native Americans seem bad in Pocahontas. When the Native Americans were nothing but nice to them, and it was the Edomites that the so-called Native Americans were nice to them, and it was the Edomites that betrayed them, backstabbed them, lied to them, deceived them, and did a whole bunch of wickedness. But then they made this movie to make them seem like, to what's it called? Lie about history and make them seem like they're the bad guy. And Pocahontas was like, I don't know how old she was. Let me just take a quick look. I don't even know how to spell Pocahontas. So she died at 21. What's that guy's name? John. Okay. Okay, she met him. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. It said in another one, it said 17. Another one it says 11. Another one she said it said this and that third. Okay, whatever. So I don't know. I would have to, because my thing is I don't want to put out incorrect, because if there's different sources quoting different things, I don't want to say for certain. Anyway, moving on. As I was saying, that celebrating these quote unquote holidays is basically, for the most part, worshiping these other gods, as that Church of Satan whatever dude said, because as these Christians are letting their kids go out on Halloween, okay, it is basically, or the act of, what's it called, the act of, I guess, necessarily, what's the word called? I guess the act of, kind of, I don't know, maybe the term, I forgot the term. The term of, like, not necessarily participation. I don't know. I guess having Slakia. The word escapes me right now. I forgot the word, but basically, celebrating, I guess, if you want to, if we use that for now, celebrating, these things, saying, oh yeah, I'm ready for this, I'm ready for that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Because you can, for like stuff for like Thanksgiving, you can have a feast anytime, or Slakia. We're supposed to be having feasts for, these, for the actual holy days, of the feast of feast of unleavened bread, feast of tabernacles, feast of whatever. Okay, all these things we're supposed to be having in feasts. Okay, and that's just for one Thanksgiving. And in actuality, like, they are being thankful, they're feasting and celebrating, being merry for the time that they, killed the Native Americans. All right. There's also, as we had mentioned before, are gone through before, Halloween as well as Christmas, when people this and third are doing the practices of the origins of Christmas, of what they used to do. Okay, I would say primarily it's Halloween and Christmas that are more into the whole, serving another god, whereas if for Independence Day and Thanksgiving, it's not necessarily serving another god, but it's more so you are celebrating the fact that your people were murdered. That's basically it. Slakia. Now, Isaiah 43 verse 13, yea, before the day was I am, there is none that can deliver out of my hand I will work, and who shall let it? Okay, so as we read in Deuteronomy 8:19, okay, those that are going to serve and worship other gods, okay, they're going to be destroyed. Okay, you don't go out and serve other gods and go against YAHAWASHI and the word of YAHAWASHI. We should be following it to the best of our ability. Okay, now following after these other gods, like these other gods are not going to save you. Okay, they can't do anything for you. So why are you wasting your time, effort, and resources towards YAHAWASHI? Let's actually get the story of Bel and the Dragon, Slakia. Bel and Dragon, chapter 1, verse from the top. Okay, let's just start from the top. And the king Astyages was gathered to his fathers, and the king of Persia received his kingdom, and Daniel conversed with the king and was honored above all his friends. Now the Babylonians had an idol called Bel, and there were spent upon him every day 12 great measures of fine flour and 40 sheep. Verse 4, and the king worshipped it and went daily to adore it, but Daniel worshipped his own God. And the king said unto him, why doest not thou worship Bel? Who answered and said, because I may not worship idols made with hands, but the living God, whom hath created the heaven and the earth, and hath sovereignty unto him. Thinkest thou that not Bel is a living God? Seest thou not how much he eateth and drinketh every day? Then Daniel smiled and said, O king, be not deceived, for this is but clay within and brass without, and did never eat or drink anything. So the king was wroth, and called for his priests, and said unto them, if ye tell me not who this is that devoureth these expenses, ye shall die. But if ye can certify me that Bel devoureth them, then Daniel shall die. Slakia. For he hath spoken blasphemy against Bel. And Daniel said unto the king, let it be according to thy word. Verse 10, now the priests of Bel were 70, beside their wives and children, and the king went with Daniel into the temple of Bel. And so Bel's priest said, lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine, and shut the door fast, and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Bel hath eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel, that speaketh falsely against us. And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance, whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meat before Bel. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so he departed. Slakia. So basically, to set up the thing and have an understanding, Daniel basically said to the king, hey, you're being deceived. That dragon is not eating any of the food that you're giving it. It's someone else is eating it, this and the third. If you want, I can prove it to you. And then what he did was he set up ash all on the floor in the entirety of the room. All right, so that if there is someone walking around, okay, they would see the footprints and whatnot in the thing. Okay, but only the king and Daniel saw that. The priests had left before they had seen the ashes. The only thing they knew was they had locked the door and closed the door, and there's a seal on the door that if it's open before the king gets to open it, or before the king wants to open it, then they're gonna see that someone had came in through the door. But the servants weren't going to go through the door; they were going through another thing. That I guess the Daniel and the king did not know about, but still, regardless, Daniel had made a second, plan B in order to prove that there is someone there. All right, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH. Continuing on, verse 15. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. In the morning betime, the king arose, and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Bel, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold now, those footsteps are these. Whose footsteps are these? And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry, and took the priests and their wives and their children, who showed him the private doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them, and delivered Bel into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple. Okay, so that's basically it. We don't need to go in anymore. It just goes to show you that, you know, these quote unquote gods aren't actually gods. They're false gods, false idols that can't do anything, that can't save themselves from anyone or anything, or they can't even do anything for themselves. They need someone to do stuff for them. All right, which, you know, being in Daniel's possession, Bel, God, is about to be destroyed, and it can't save itself. All right, it needs people to save it. Which in contrast, YAHAWAH doesn't need us to save him. He doesn't even need us. All right, we worship him. We need him. As a matter of fact, he does the things that he does. Everything he does things for us. He protects us. He heals us. He kills us. He does all this stuff. He is the one that has the power, and not vice versa. All right, which is why we shouldn't be, you know, we should be worshiping YAHAWAH alone. All right. Yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 11 verse 16. Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them. Okay, so again, just last thing is, don't be deceived and don't go worshiping other gods. All right. Finally, to conclude, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 14 verse 27. For the worshiping of idols not be named in the beginning, the cause and the end of all evil. Okay, it is evil to be worshiping other idols. And I have to say, I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of like one of my favorite books, or I guess chapters in general, because like it really goes to show, and like it humiliates you know, false idol worshippers. All right, and I just, for me personally, I just kind of take joy in that. All right, but anyway, aside from that, I hope this lesson was edifying. You know, don't go celebrating these quote unquote holidays. Don't go, you know, celebrating, you know, the killing of our people, as well as the independence of, or the enslavement, as well as the independence of another nation. The enslavement of our people and the independence of our enemies. All right. So with that, this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash, the belongs to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Dite Abad Babal, and Shalom.